Hello, I'm Daniel, and this is let's say a video who shows what I'm doing right now in this moment. I'm working since a couple of weeks on some small project what I call myself. I call it the Tomb of the Damned, and it's an animation short about vampires and some fool who minds to walk in on a tomb and wakes up the wrong guy or the wrong woman. And there's not much story to it. It's just more visually it explains what happens, and it's simple. And I mostly make my work with visual effects and make it look like visually astonishing. I wouldn't say so, because you cannot really make something visual astonishing with iClone. For that you have to be better programs. Anyway, as you can see here, this is my last scene. This is my vampire walking in there. And I'm gonna take a look at this scene. Let's deactivate our global illumination. Let's get rid of the shadows. The rendering is okay. Let's get on with ambient occlusion, fog, HDR, and we even deactivate our ambient light, the EBL, image-based lighting. So what's gonna be left here is all this here. Those torches here. Let's go away from the camera and go to preview mode. Those torches here, every one of them, I mostly copy and use them to create the environmental light around here, and they also throw shadows. And everybody has a spotlight and a point light, as I can check here and make them higher or lower. The whole project right now is 2.3 giga, and if I turn on the ambient light in the effect, it probably will go up to 3 or 3.5 giga. So the project isn't too heavy yet, so I can render it actually quickly. It took about, I would say, 10 minutes to render this project. It's not that long. It's just let's see, her walking in and being about 1507 frames, and but the frames themselves, once they render, they're 700 and something, almost 800. So my vampire here, my elder one, we don't have a name for her, or yes, actually we do have a name for her, but I will not reveal that name yet. She has some skirt physics on this dress. Well, you might call it a dress. I call it a some rags probably. Oh, so she got some physics going on here, and in the parts of the hands here in front, and the hair also have physics. So in order to settle them, I give her normally some time, so the physics settled and the collisions work properly. As you can see, she walks in here and she has a casual walking and looking around. I made sure in keyframe that her hands are like open and like playfully walking, like a child, curious walking. So as you can see here in the keyframes, I added those frames here, and those are also made so she walks up and down those tiny little stairs here. Well, stairs, you may say it's just a obstacle, and she doesn't walk down right away, as you can see. She actually kind of keeps walking in the air here, but you cannot appreciate that because it's when you activate the camera 2, it's just up top here, and yeah, you don't see anything, and that's the point. The point and the idea behind all this is because I wanted a far view when she walks in, because I made a couple of views where it's just on the ground behind in front of her, I wanted a view on top, so to showcase the size and hugeness of this place and stuff. Let's take a look how this place looks. So we zoom out of this and we have the cathedral, as I call it. It is a Gothic cathedral style. You can see that on the types of architecture around here, and those here, the arrows. And yeah, and the cathedral doesn't look very Christian though. It has a cross into it, yes, but you can barely notice this cross here. And there's no other cross. There's not even a place here where you're supposed to put something to pray, and there's no seats and anything. So it's more a temple than a cathedral. And I had this model of the cathedral. It had no normal maps, so I created normal maps for them so it looks sharper. And all the surroundings here, I put them together like pieces. So many of them you can select by yourself, as you can see. You can hide this. And here was the main entrance way here, where she opened a secret door was in front. Well, it wasn't that secret, but she opened the door to enter this place, this temple. And there was kind of a hidden pedestal who had how you say that, a lever you can to open it. I cannot explain myself so good, but I can show you. So let's take a look. They walk into the temple and open secret door. That's the point. Just take a look. We have two camera views in this scene here. We have one far camera when you see her approaching, and one who's a little bit near but in the same angle, but the angle is more straight to the door, so you can see the door and what appears on the side. So she walks in a bit faster than before, still with her hands up like that, so casually walking, weirdly vampirish walking. So all those pieces here are different pieces I just put together and make them big, as well as those here to make it look huge, as well as the floor are different pieces I put there. This is just this is a floor who has geometry, and this one is just a plane with texture, and you can see that actually. I applied some normal maps on this, but the floor is not perfect, but it does the work. This part here I see in front of you, those are actually they should be part of a floor, of a dwarven floor, but I put two pieces of floor together and make a doorway out of them. It actually works. So as you can see, what she does here right now is an animation from Heidi. It was called "Open the Curtains," and that's what she does. She opens the curtains. Does look, but for me, what she does here is make some kind of spell where she reveals the secret pedestal. Take a look. There we go. No special physics. I mean particle and anything. It's just there. I needed to. Those models had no. They had no normal maps. This model in front not, and this one either. So I had to make the normal maps, but they weren't difficult at all. Thanks to the NVIDIA tools, it's very easy to make a normal map, and you only have to adjust some things in order to not make the normal maps too strong or too less strong. Because a normal map implies kind of a deformation as well. So she goes back into position, as you can see, and now from this point on here I move the hands, and the hands were made in keyframe mode. I animate them one by one in keyframe because I wanted to make the animation fluid. So she stays in her position, and I don't wanted to put an transaction animation there because I had none first, and second it wouldn't be good, so I made it like this. So as you can see, as she pulls the lever, at the same time the particle in front will hide it underneath the door of the poof, it's called like that, appears. I made the particle less noticeable and changed the size and direction, so it's just the size a little bit bigger than the door underneath it. And just turn it on for a second, and now the door is gradually open in front of her, revealing the passageway. In this actual animations in the round, I have the EVL map. I have called Moon, Night of Moon or something like that, and that image-based lighting on, and it makes it like. Also, I have to the scale. Put the scale of the EBL up to 1000, so it covers all the scenery, and it's a light blue effect who gives the darkness. It reveals the darkness. I got the most effects I have on here is EBL, HDR, ambient occlusion. I have almost every effect necessary on. I have the I call that the fog, who puts a dark fog all around the place on. Well, actually I can show you that here in our visuals. Our email is out right now. The fog, we should have them on, the ambient occlusion, and the shadows we have them 2000 on, and have the shadow on quality 3, the shadow in nights form on maximum on here, and of course we have the global illumination on. The global illumination is actually very useful if you want the scenery to be more darker than normal and the light really to shine in there. Then the global illumination is just great. It makes the place really creepy and dark. You don't even need to illuminate any geometry with it. It's enough that you turn the global illumination on and it looks very dark. So it's a good effect, as I can see here. So that is this, and yeah, as you can see we got some scenes here. I'm sure you wanted to see more. The only one I'm gonna show you is the one I called Turn the Fire On. And this is only to reveal to you our second character. The one who appears first in the animation is called Liam, and this guy is a fool who opens the tomb. Yeah, there he is, walking in there casually with his torch and trying to light this brazier here. In this case I had to manually, because this particle effect here has about 4 or 5 different particles. 2 about the fire, the ashes, and 1 the smoke. So I had to activate them similarly one by one. In the same time I had to add some lights on that and just align those, so boom, the light is on, and there you go. So that's all I'm gonna show you for now, and just stay tuned. I will keep animating every day and gonna show you more projects I'm doing, but I want to finish this. It had 15 scenes already, and some are smaller, some are bigger, but there we go. It will take a while to edit this because I wanted to make a good work. So yeah, that's all I got to say. See you in the next video. Bye.